We all know that Canelo Alvarez is one of the best boxers of all time. I don't see any argument against it because he won titles in many weight divisions. He also fought Floyd Mayweather, who has a record of 50 wins and 0 loss, and he was able to keep up with him at times even though Floyd Mayweather was dominating that fight. Canelo Alvarez has a record of 60 wins and 2 losses, which speaks for itself. Canelo was a master at many things at boxing, like his head movement and punching power. So let's talk about Canelo Alvarez first. He is about 5'8" and has a well-rounded physique which gives him good durability, and he has a lot of experience since he turned pro in boxing at the age of 15, and he is 33 years old right now in 2024. In this video, I will show what Canelo Alvarez training routine is like and why Canelo is so good at boxing. Let's talk about the first reason why Canelo is so good at boxing. It is his head movement. Canelo by far has one of the best head movement in boxing. I am sure out of all the active boxers in the world right now, he outclasses everyone in terms of head movement. Canelo Alvarez uses head because Canelo's head movement is so precise. So Canelo Alvarez often uses a slip line to work on his head movement, as it can be seen in the video. To make a slip line, all you need is your boxing wraps, and you should tie them across your room or a place where you can train and try out different boxing combinations while using your head movement. For example, you can do a roll and then pivot and then throw a few punches and repeat it for a few minutes a day. Good thing about this boxing drill is that you don't need much equipment to perform it. All you need is boxing wraps or a long stick. I am pretty sure everyone has some object that they can use in order to make something similar to a slip line in their house. It helps improve your head movement a lot, and it is a part of Canelo Alvarez training routine. You can do it as a warm-up when you are shadow boxing. Another thing you can do for your head movement is using a slip bag. Slip bag is one of the best ways to train for boxing. Slip bag has got to be one of the best ways to improve your head movement, and using a slip bag is quite easy compared to other equipments. You can probably buy a slip bag for a few dollars, and they are a great way to improve your head movement. Another important drill which Canelo Alvarez does is mitt work with his coach. Mitt work is one of the best ways to improve at boxing because it works your head movement, body movement, and footwork at the same time. There's a good reason why Canelo Alvarez is seen doing mitt work very often. The reason is because mitt work works your head movement more than using a slip bag. Don't get me wrong, using a slip bag is important because most people don't have someone who can hold the mitts for them every day, but if you have a slip bag or use a slip line, you can do it often. Mitt work pushes your body to react faster and also improves your coordination, which is one of the most important things in boxing. In my opinion, mitt work is the best drill for boxing because you can do it more often than sparring. Mitt work is also very fun, and we all know that people tend to work harder on things that are more fun. So, your main goal should be to react faster and avoid making mistakes while doing mitt work. If you have someone who can hold the mitts for you, have a massive advantage over most people in boxing. I would say doing mitt work anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week is enough. Let's talk about another part of Canelo Alvarez training routine. It is strength and conditioning. Canelo Alvarez has very high durability. There are many fights where we can see Canelo Alvarez getting punched by someone, and it looks like the punches are not really affecting him because he does not lose his balance or drop his guard, and Canelo Alvarez has never really been knocked out by someone. This is because he spends a lot of time in the gym building his strength. Canelo also has a really good physique for a boxer, which shows that he lifts weights and does plyometrics. I will cover strength and conditioning for boxing fast. The split, if you want to get better at boxing while looking better, is doing 2 or 3 full body workouts, and you can add some plyometrics because plyometrics just make you physically better without making you stiff, like lifting weights. The workouts you should be doing at the gym are incline bench, pull-ups, landmine press, squats, tricep dips, and lateral raise. For plyometrics, landmine presses and jump squats are good. The main muscles that are important for boxing are legs, shoulders, and core, and you can train them really well by doing plyometrics. Try doing some explosive workouts. You just have to keep it simple. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck in the weight room for multiple hours. For your core, the best workouts are planks, crunches, and leg raises. I would say doing decline crunches with light weights can be beneficial. And at last, doing ball slams can be beneficial for your punching power and endurance. Let's talk about another thing which Canelo Alvarez is very good at. It is his quick decision making. Canelo Alvarez often dominates his fights without being the most aggressive boxer who charges in all the time and makes his move. His experience is what helps him make quick decisions. This is one of the reasons why he has never been knocked out in a fight. His ability to think and decide his next move played a big role in him fighting Golovkin and Caleb Plant. To get better at decision making in a fight, you need to gain more experience through sparring and training. This is something you can also develop through watching more boxing fights or watching boxing analysis videos. If you make the right decisions, like falling back or or charging in on your opponent at the right time. You have a massive advantage over most people because most people don't even take boxing seriously and they don't want to turn pro. Another part of Canelo Alvarez's training routine is using a reflex bag. Canelo Alvarez is often seen using a reflex bag. Canelo is also known for his quick reflexes. Reflex bags can help you with your head movement and your reaction time, which are two important things for boxing. Learning how to use the reflex bag well can take some time, but you will start to get better the more time you spend using the reflex bag. There are plenty of boxers who use the reflex bag as a part of their daily routine. Let's talk about one of the most important parts of Canelo Alvarez's training routine. It is sparring. Sparring is one of the most important things about boxing. The main point of sparring is using what you have learned in front of a real person, instead of a heavy bag or a reflex bag. Sparring is when you develop some of the most important things, like experience, and you also learn how to anticipate and react to punches being thrown at you. You also learn things like when to keep your guard, or when to charge in towards your opponent. Every boxer you look up to has sparring in their training routine. On average, sparring 1 to 2 times a week, because sparring can get tiring. Sparring too often can cause brain damage. You should be light sparring instead of hard sparring most of the time. You should only be hard sparring when you are training for a fight. You can also do it to know how a real fight can feel, even though sparring feels different than a fight. Sparring is the closest thing that is similar to a fight. Another part of Canelo Alvarez's training routine is hitting the heavy bag. Canelo Alvarez has a very accurate and powerful punch. Punching power is very important because you could be bad at everything. But if you have good punching power, all you need is a few punches to knock down anyone. To improve punching power, you need to learn how to punch the right way. We'll explain it quickly. To punch correctly, you need to get in a proper boxing stance. Pivot your legs and rotate your hips slightly and extend your arms completely while throwing the punch. Try it out on a heavy bag and it can make a difference if you had a bad punching form. If you keep repeating it, you will gradually build power over time. Genetics also play a role for your punching power, but you can't really change that. Training with heavier gloves can help you out too. Developing your punching speed can help you out with your power too. And speed is not largely determined by genetics like power. You can build hand speed through shadow boxing with light dumbbells for a few minutes a day or using a speed bag. Mitt work also improves your speed. The faster you punch, the more powerful the punch is going to be. But the main thing is good form. Let's talk about another thing that makes Canelo so good at boxing. It is his stamina. Canelo Alvarez has fought over 60 professional fights. He was able to go 12 rounds with Floyd Mayweather and was able to beat many world champions without being tired. Almost every professional boxer has good stamina, but Canelo was able to maintain it for over a decade by doing things like road work and endurance training. Road work is a crucial part of Canelo Alvarez's training routine because it builds stamina and it helps improve breathing. I recommend everyone who starts boxing to go outside, start running a few miles for 1 to 3 times a week. Running outside can be better because it feels better to get some fresh air, a good view while running. Canelo Alvarez also uses jump rope as a warm-up to prevent injuries and build stamina. Best way to improve stamina is interval training. It is doing a workout with high intensity and pushing past your limits. Stamina is pretty much just pushing your body to get used to higher intensity tasks. To keep it simple, run 1 to 3 times a week and use the jump rope for 5 minutes before training. An example of interval training is light running and doing sprints for a few seconds, despite getting tired. Another example is punching on the heavy bag with a 1-to combination despite your hands feeling tired. Let's talk about another thing which Canelo prioritized in his training routine. It was partner drills. Canelo did a lot of partner drills in order to develop better form and technique, and also gain more experience which he could use to advantage over his opponents. Partner drills are a great way to improve your form and technique with head movement. If you move faster while doing partner drills, it can give you a similar experience to sparring. To perform partner drills, all you need is a homie, and you throw boxing combinations at him while he blocks it, and then he throws punching combinations and you slip or block it. It can also improve your footwork and stamina. The good part about partner drills is that you can do it way more often than sparring without getting any unnecessary injuries. They can get boring sometimes, but you should do it with different fighters at your gym. If you've been boxing for a few weeks, your coach probably made you do this drill already. A very important thing Canelo does is resting and taking good care of his health and nutrition. It is rare to see a boxing world champion sitting and eating a lot of unhealthy food all day. To have a proper diet for boxing, all you need is good protein and a decent amount of carbohydrates. It is important to rest because it prevents injuries. Working hard all day can be terrible for boxing because you don't really learn as much when you are tired. Training well effectively works better than training hard all day. The last reason why Canelo Alvarez is so good at boxing is his dedication and experience. Canelo Alvarez has been boxing for over 15 years and he has fought many world champions. In my opinion, the Floyd Mayweather fight changed him a lot, especially because he got to see someone who was far better than him at that time with more experience at a really young age, which caused him to change his fighting techniques and get better. Of course, he is one of the best boxers because he has more experience than almost any active boxer right now. Gaining experience takes time, and once you have gained over 2 years of experience, you should be better than 90% of people who have ever tried boxing in their life. Canelo Alvarez also stayed consistent with his training, so he still remains good. Learning from your experience is one of the most important traits you can have as a fighter.